So I finally got my order from the painting that I found that I wanted to show you, and for the little comparison that I want to start doing between this kit and the original kit. Now this kit is stolen art, and that's something that I want to clarify. And I purchased it because I wanted to make a specific video talking about budget kits and kits that are more premium quality, such as I'm an Art Club or you know, Dreamer Designs, among many others. That's the only reason I purchased this one, because I wanted to compare it to the original artwork and from a company that is licensing the artwork as it should be, that is compensating the artists, and that is basically quality overall. The first thing that we have to note is the packaging, of course. I cannot find the lid where it opens. Oh, here it is. This is the very first thing. And of course, one of the things that are a benefit between this type of kit from Temu and the other type of kits is, of course, the price. And I understand that sometimes not everyone has the money, or not everyone is in the financial situation to purchase a lot of licensed kits, because they can get pretty expensive. And I purchased this one exclusively to go over the details and over many points that, you know, you can encounter when you buy art that is stolen, basically. This kit is, there's a lot of glare, but this kit, as you can see, is rarer. The very first thing that I want to note is definitely the size. If you look at the size of this, you're going to see that it's quite small compared to the original artwork. Here it says that the size is 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters, but I'm going to be measuring the image. Now the image is 24 centimeters by 35.7 centimeters. So that's, of course, the very first thing to look at when we purchase this type of things. I want to put a side-by-side comparison of both images. First and foremost, you're going to see the amount of detail that her face has. Why? Because these canvases are completely hand-rendered. At least this company does. There are other companies that do computer renderings, but at least this one is hand-rendered. I'm gonna take out a piece of this release paper, and I want to compare it, that section exactly, to the section that complements it in the budget kit. But I want you to look at this. To begin with, this part compared to this part is quite different. Also, the amount of colors that you can see in all this area, giving it detail, is outstandingly bigger than in this one. And of course, it's going to be a difference because, you know, the size is pretty damning. The size is telling you quite a lot. And the clarity of the symbols was other thing that I wanted to take a close look at. And as you can see, the symbols are quite clear. My question is, how is this image in such a small size and from, you know, a place where they're known to just steal images and reproduce them, how is it going to compare? What I want to be doing, so as you can see, I have completed around 60% of this image from the original canvas. I want to get to the same place with this canvas and do a little more comparisons because I believe it's important. One thing that I want to be very specific about is the details on her face, the details on her hair, but more than that, the details in the moon and all of these celestial bodies that are around her head. And I really want to make a comparison to see how a licensed work compares to a budget one, and more than a budget one, a stolen art that is also a budget one. Now the price is vastly different, is a world of difference. This one is $56.99, and with this one I don't even pay $10. I think it was like $7.99 or something like that. So you can see where you're paying for the quality, and you're not only paying for the quality of the canvas, which is obvious, but you're also paying for the artwork. You're paying for the artist. You're contributing to that artist in specific to keep creating art and to be fairly compensated for their art, which for me is one of the most important things. You know, of course it is important your own enjoyment of the craft, but it's also as equal as important for the artist to pay this. I mean, imagine if you created art and you saw all of your art stolen and being sold, and you know, your ideas and your effort and your creativity just lost because someone stole it from you. That is what I want to get across. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to be working on the budget canvas, I don't know, probably for a day or two tops. And as I said, I want to get to pretty much the exact place where I am in this canvas, like just below the lips, to keep comparing both of them. Now, this is another thing that you might want to take a closer look at. Usually with these budget kits, you get, you know, the basics. You get a little tray with a boat, you get a little square of pink wax, and you get quite a simple pen. And, you know, the pen is pretty much the same, but, and I actually forgot it in this time, but with this kit specifically, you get this pen, and you also get two other tips that go on the other side of the pen. One is a 4 multiplacer and another one is a 7 multiplacer. On top of that, you get the little squishy thing, you get a bag of baggies, a washi tape, a cover minder, a heart-shaped pink wax that has two of these, that is better quality than this one, and you get a bigger tray with a stopper. And this specific toolkit may vary from company to company, but usually the companies that you can choose to get more stuff, like the toolkit, there are more premium looking, like this, instead of just this. Another thing I want to get a closer look at is the drills. I'm gonna be unpackaging this and try to find colors that are here and in the regular, you know, the license kit that are similar. Okay, here I grabbed these two colors that are the colors that look to have the most amount of drills. I want to go over these ones and see which colors I can compare to these ones and try to guess if maybe they are at the same place, you know, to see if they are, you know, kind of trying to correlate one to the other. So this dark blue, let's try to find one that is sort of similar. No, this is too dark, I believe. And after that, I'm going to try to see if it, you know, corresponds. So I think that this 18 might be this one. Yeah, this is too bright. Okay, so 18. Let's see where the 18 is. The 18 is letter D. Letter B. So I think that this color is pretty much trying to do maybe all of these colors. You know, here, these colors might look very similar, but are actually different. And that's what makes this special, that you have a very wide variety of hues of color that give that detail to the painting, detail that look, you know, the transition from one place to the other to be quite seamless and enjoyable. Now let's try to look for this one. Okay, so this is more of a mauve color. I immediately think of this one maybe. This is pretty similar. I think this is trying to do the job of this one. Look, probably this is trying to do the job of this one. This is quite interesting. Okay, so I saw this color and I immediately knew what this was trying to be. I am 100% sure, like no doubt about it. And probably this is trying to be this, perhaps. Might be, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. So those are kind of like the colors that I can make that I think are attempting to be in place of this one specifically. Oh, I saw another one. What about this one? What do you think about it? Do you think this color is trying to be this one? Probably. So I'm going to start working in this kit and let's see how it turns out. Let's see how it compares. We already know that the comparison and the differences are going to be quite obvious and quite stark, but I'm also very curious to see how the drill quality is, because so far, just looking at them, they seem to be of a good quality actually. At least right now, I'm not seeing big differences in size. I'm not seeing like many trash, to be honest. You know, like this color, I can see 2 extra drills of other color, but we get them in every single company because, you know, these tiny little things are not easy to control. I think I want to be doing a time lapse working on this kit, at least for a section, to start to see if there is a very stark difference, which I already kind of know it's going to be, but this is a fun experiment. Totally. Another thing that is very important to note in these canvases is the difference in colors. The budget canvas has only 24 colors and the licensed canvas has 63 colors. I don't work by DMC number, but I do work by color. But this time I decided to put in order these ones by DMC color. This is of the Diamond Art Club kit. And I put them next to the color that allegedly is the same in the canvas. Now, some colors are very similar, but other colors are not. These two have the same DMC number and they look really similar, but in person they really don't. This one is a bit darker. Out of all of them, I think this is the one that looks the most similar, but still is not. This is more pinky, more pink, and this is more like a salmon color type of thing. This one is also very similar. This is more, but this one is more purpley and this is more pinkish. This one looks more like a muted color, like a dark blue, but with grayish undertones, if that even exists. and this is more of a vibrant color. This is pretty different. This is lighter and more pinkish. This is super, super different. As you can see, this color is more muted and this is way more vibrant. This is kind of the same with that other grayish color, where this looks as if it had a grayish undertone, and this is a little bit more vibrant. And with this one, this purple is again more vibrant, and this is slightly more muted. These are the only 8 colors that coincide by DMC number, but as you can see, they do not coincide by the hues and the specific tone of each color. And of course, we cannot forget the special drills that, of course, do not come in the budget kit. Also, the budget kit has no ABs, it's all regular. Okay, so I was able to work on both canvases, and I got to the same point in the budget canvas that I had reached in the Diamond Art Club canvas. And there are so many differences, so many stark differences that you can tell. But I'm gonna go with, oh my God, I really need to take a breath in and digest just how vastly different this is. To begin with, here in the section up, here is a color of blue, and here's a darker color of blue. And you can tell the difference by looking at it. Here, it was charted as 2 colors, but it was only 1. Like, it was just only 1. Also, if you can see the image in the budget canvas, it's like tight, it's squeezed, it's taller. The moon looks skinnier, the face looks skinnier, and you know, if you look at this image from afar and squinting your eyes, you might be able to, of course, see the image, and it's a pretty image. The thing is, when you look at the details, that's where I'm completely lost and where I cannot make myself give any pros to the budget canvas, on top of course, being a stolen art. Another thing that I just didn't like nothing at all, was the transition of the colors of the sky. If you see in this canvas, it is really subtle how it changes, and how when the colors intersect, you start to like alternate colors, so the 2 colors kind of melt together. Here is just a different, like a very stark difference between one color and the next and the next and the next. Another thing is of course, the definition. In this image, you have so many colors for her hair, and you have these very like detailed strands of hair in her bangs and in her hair. And here is just like ball color splashed over there. And again, if you look from afar, if you step back and look from afar, you can kind of see that she has bangs, but not detailed as this first one. I was able to finish this in about 4 hours, I want to say. It was very, very quickly to work, but you know, other than it's a cheap canvas, the materials are cheap. I think that what drags most of my attention is that this canvas, of course, has no type of special drills. It's all regular drills. When this has all of these iridescent special ones that are in the celestial bodies around her head, and of course the moon. You just cannot deny how the moon just is so sparkly and so beautiful. And also we use ABs all over the sky to make up stars, and over here there are no stars whatsoever. It's just plain blue, and it doesn't translate in the same way. Other thing that I want to point out is, of course, the drill quality. The drill quality is just worlds apart. Here the drills feel like luxurious, feel easy to maneuver. These ones are so like hard. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, but actually while placing one of these, one got stuck on top of the other one, and I just tried to push it and the drill broke. Like, it literally broke in half. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why. It just broke in half completely. And when we take away all of the thing about the drill and the rendering of the image and the special drills and, you know, all of those elements, let's take a look also at the canvas, at the actual canvas. We all know that Diamond Art Club, their canvases are velvet in the back. They're just so soft. They also have these sprayed edges where you know it's not gonna just start frilling all over. It's really, really well done. Whereas in this one, I think we all know how this feels like. It feels really harsh, and actually, even though I've been working on this for a few hours, you can tell it's not even entirely flat. And even laying down completely, you can, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but it has these sort of waves over here. It's not flat at all. And of course, another of the stark differences is the amount of colors. This has 63 colors, and we can see that it has 5 special drills over here, and it has 2 AB colors, because with Diamond Art Club, everything under 150 is ABs. And here we only have 24 colors. I mean, I don't think I have to explain anything about it. And personally, what makes me the most cautious about this type of kits, the budget kits, is the stolen art. Really, I feel really bad having bought this canvas, even though knowing that I bought it for a specific purpose, to be able to make this comparison, and knowing that I bought this one in a place where they're compensating the artist, where all of the images are used rightfully, and you know, they're in the right way. I still feel very guilty about buying this, but I really wanted to see for myself, because I had already done a budget kit, but it was an image that I believe it's a stock image or something like that. But I wanted to see the difference between an image that is hand rendered and that has all these details, this attention to details, and just the care and the importance that this work has, at least for me personally, compared to one where, you know, I could say, F it, I'm just gonna buy all of these kits. Like, I can find the same images over there, even they're smaller, blah, blah, blah. And while I understand that there's many people who cannot buy their kits from, you know, companies like this, and that can be in the pricier point, I also think that we should be very careful into buying these budget canvases, because I'm one of those people who don't have a lot of budget towards this. Whenever I buy a canvas like this from an actual company that does all of this work, is because I saved and because it's an image that I've always wanted, and that's my personal situation. And I'm actually looking into, you know, in order to alternate and make my premium canvases last longer, I'm looking into buying more budget canvases. But one of the things that I'm really being cautious about, and I want to be very, very extremely conscientious about, is that whenever I'm looking for a budget canvas, I always try to look at the artwork to see if I can find it somewhere, to see if it's an image of a physical artist, like a person that is not being fairly compensated if I get to buy that piece. And what I'm trying to do is, from all of the images that I like, I do that Google reverse search of images, and I'm only picking the ones that I know are from stock images or that are, you know, AI generated. And although I know the IA generated images are also controversial, I rather pay those and use those than buy more of these ones that are just stolen art. At the end, I understand we all have different budgets. We all are in different financial situations, but I also believe we all need to strive to find a way to do the things as rightfully as we possibly can. And that's what I think I would be doing. I am looking forward to purchasing, of course, from more companies that license their work, but I also know that for a while, I'm not going to be able to buy every single canvas that I want. And that sometimes, if I want to keep diamond painting, I will have to buy budget kits. But I want to be very, very careful with those and be very respectful and have basically like a moral standpoint where I know what type of images to choose, and to be very mindful of always looking for the art and to make sure that at least it's not stolen art. You know, I will have to deal maybe with the bad quality and the images not looking as pretty as I would like them to look, but at least I know that I'm not taking anything away from an artist. Having said that, I am going to be completing this one, the budget one, because I want to see the final look of it. I want to see how the bottom part translates, but you know, just because I cannot fathom to be working in a piece and seeing it almost complete and not finishing it, and also because I know it's not going to take me that long of a time. All this part took me about 4 hours, so I think that the other bottom part is going to take me maybe another 3 to 4 hours. So, you know, at least it's going to make this canvas last a little longer, because I've been holding on to working in this one because I was waiting for this to arrive, because I wanted to make this video and I wanted this canvas to last me as long as it could, because I'm loving it. I am adoring it. It's one of my favorite images. It's been one of my favorite canvases to work in, and it really breaks my heart that, you know, stolen art exists, but it also makes me feel really good that I actually, you know, contributed to an artist by buying a licensed art and that they're being compensated fairly for their art. So this was all for today's video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I give you some things to think more about, whether you're considering, you know, just buying from budget companies, or if you're deciding to go only licensed artwork, and just give you a little bit of my insight as to what I think about it all. Thank you so much for watching. Give a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see more content about diamond painting. Bye.